Well, hello and welcome to the February harvest update. Well, it's been great drying conditions, great growing conditions. We haven't had any significant rain, so that's led to some pretty good crops getting to this stage of the season. Maturities are looking pretty good. This is a crop of sun musk. It hasn't been cut yet, probably be cut in the next couple of days, and that crop's looking pretty good. I'm just guessing that the maturity is up around the sort of 24, 25 bricks, something like that, which is kind of nice, which will produce a fairly good drying ratio. Just on the subject of maturities, you'd probably all be aware we're trying to get as many maturity measurements as we possibly can in order to be able to compile that to make a more comprehensive maturity program. But at the moment, it's more described in terms of it's earlier than sultanas or it's later than sultanas, and that's not overly helpful possibly when it comes to selecting out what variety to plant and when to plan the logistics. So if you've got maturity measurements, it'd be awfully good of you to, good for the industry, for you to share them with us so that we can compile them over the region. Once these vines are cut, the emphasis is on getting the crop dry. That's all very understandable. But there's still, let's remember that we've removed about way more than 50% of the leaf cover here. So suddenly that's gone. So okay, we're saving water, but it's really keeping all these leaves up here functional in order to be replenishing all the carbohydrates in here. Okay. Now they're not going to do it when they're water stressed. So when we cut here, if we're cutting on the top of a full profile down there, we've probably got enough water in there for 2 to 3 weeks. So they're not going to be stressed too much until these are off the vine. These have been harvested. Now, another topic that's coming a bit more, or is warranting a little bit more consideration than possibly we have generally in the past, and that's just soil management. The conventional way of doing things is, it's just to cover crop, or it's just to slash everything, or just let a volunteer crop go, a weed crop to grow during winter. But there are other ways of thinking about soil management. And let's remember that probably the biggest asset in a vineyard is actually the soil. I know we think a lot about the infrastructure, irrigation and the vines and all the rest of it, but when the soil's not helping us, it can be a bit of a struggle. So as I said, there are alternative ways of thinking about this, and one will be the subject of a training course being run by DFA, which you might want to give a bit of consideration to attending. Another thing that's coming up, and we'd have to be blind Freddy not to notice it, and that's just the whole thing about waste management. All these treated pine posts, they don't last forever, and the resale value of a busted treated pine post is almost zero. So there's lots of these posts lying around, and it's becoming a bit of an issue for the whole region. There's probably millions of the things. And how we dispose of those, and how we dispose of waste in general is something that's going to need to be considered. It's a problem for the three industries. It's not just us, it's table grapes, it's wine grapes as well. As I said, there's no market for them, really. So that's why the three industries are getting together to try and sort of bring a bit of focus and a bit of attention to this particular issue. Okay, that's all for me. We'll put another one out probably a bit towards the end of harvest, and when we get a little bit closer to doing with the table grape and with the wine grape industry, formulated what a program might look like. An education program or an information program in order to get us to start thinking about posts, drip tape, in the case of table grapes, their covers as well. Okay, thanks very much.